Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're well. I'm here, but you just get to see the charts today. The markets will be opening in approximately 3 minutes. I think it's important for me to at least alert you to the fact that tomorrow is a non-farm payroll day, and it seems to me as if we could see a day here in Europe and in US later, which may be under the influence of the importance of what that number is going to offer tomorrow. I've been looking at Thursdays ahead of our non-farm payroll in the DAX. I'm happy to share some of that research with you. It's not entirely conclusive one way or another. I also did some research on the FTSE ahead of the open. It's really quite interesting, but I'm not sure I'm ready to really share it with you yet. I just think that there are some opportunities to trade the 10-minute chart, bracket that, the one that before the market opens. So as you can see here, the high and the low of the current 10-minute bar is 8321 high and 8310 low. Someone said to me that it's a holiday in Germany today. And that's true. It says that German banks will be closed in observance of German Unity Day. Right. Don't know if that will have an impact. I don't know. I guess we'll find out very shortly, won't we? So here we go. The spread in the DAX is down to 0.9, so that would mean that the DAX is trading as normal. Thank you for that, Mr. Steven, for that. Yeah, the CTRL-JAX is open as normal. So, okay. Now that we've established that, then we can move on. I don't know if you saw this in the FTSE, but before they open, the market cleared out the stops below the lows from yesterday here, and then it went up and did the same here. Work of art. So what I would like to do is just go through the e-signal charts. Okay, so let me just see. So the FTSE, the first bar is positive. So that means if we get a trade below 8307, it's a sell signal. Dow first 5 minutes, not that it's so relevant, but it is also positive. Someone asked me about the 72-week cycle. I'm happy just to bring that up for you. I think there's time. I'm posting it on Telegram now. So there you go, you can decide for yourself. Okay, so looks like FTSE is gonna attempt. I think I'll delete this one here. I'll have a sell signal at 8306 in the FTSE. The 8306 is representative of the, just so you understand, I don't know if you want me to make it dramatic and I come on the camera, but I can. I look at the first 5-minute bar in the FTSE index, and if it's positive, then I know what to do at if certain things happen. That's what we call the first bar positive. And if it's first bar is negative, first 5 minutes is negative, then I know what to do. The first bar positive doesn't happen so often, but the essence of it, which you can find if you go to my resource channel in Telegram, sorry, I got a little bit distracted. Seems like the cleaning lady has has stuck a piece of, I think she's trying to tease me, stuck a piece of chewing gum on my screen. Anyway, sorry about that. If you go to my Telegram channel and you can look up the significance of when the FTSE first bar is positive and or the first bar is negative first 5 minutes. And so in this case here, if you're looking at the screen, the first bar is positive. If I really make this big, as the nun said to the bishop, this bar here is the first bar of the morning, and if we trade below that, I won't want to be short. There you go. That would fit me a whole lot better because, as you can see here, you see that the market on the 30-minute chart went above the highs. So, there's a chance that we just did that beautiful little purge orders up here. What it was, my friend David Paul, he used to say, wash and rinse. So there you go. Anyway, let's go over to the DAX. The DAX 30-minute chart. Well, maybe, and I'm really grateful for you pointing out that it is a holiday, because although the stock market is open, it may very well be that the market is going to be quieter today. Yeah, so there you go. Can someone help me with an English saying? Because I can only remember half of it. But when you have all the equipment but you haven't got the skill yet, and some people say, I'm all gear but no, and I can't remember what the rest of the saying is. All gear but no, and then something is missing. Ah, there we go. All gear, but no idea. Thank you. All gear, but no idea. All gear and no idea. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You native speakers. All gear. That's me on a squash court right now. I'm all gear, but no idea. And it used to be me in the trading arena. I had all the gear. Actually, not really. Because I didn't have a computer to begin with. Silly me. And at times I still have no idea. So anyway, let's go over to the DAX instead. Okay, I perhaps inclined to think that this is a quiet morning. So doing a comparison on Thursdays may not be so valid, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to bring up the DAX. So that was the first 15 minutes. So the last non-farm payroll was Friday the 6th of September. Yeah. Can I show you what happened in the DAX on the 5th of September? Oh, yeah, I think you're going to love that. Look at the Telegram now. So look at the day before, which would be the 5th of September. Oh, sorry, I've been filled short. I'm short that FTSE. Hi ho. Actually, just for full transparency, I actually forgot to input the order, but I had a different order. So my fill is 8305, not 8306, okay? Just so you know. I know that I put 8306 because that's where it was supposed to be, but I completely forgot to input the order. So what we got going here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first bar positive, and when the first bar is positive and it then later in the session trades below the low of that triggers me to go short. I've tested this quite extensively, and I'm currently, so what I would do if I were you, I would move stop loss. Why don't you move it to 8306? Then you have a free trade. I'm moving my stop loss to the same. I will of course risk 1 point. That's the smart thing about the software, is that it's really easy to manage your positions. I absolutely love that. And if I have multiple positions, I can just press here and it just closes them all. It's a very nice feature. What I want you to know is that the FTSE closed yesterday at 8290. So see if with me with my excellent drawing skills, I think it's this one. So this down here, this would represent a gap fill in the FTSE. Okay. Someone sent me a message now, Mr. Big G. He says, I scored 54 points shorting Dow futures using first bar positive. Well, Big G, well done. I'm impressed. That's really good trading. Let's see what he did. So, Big G, here's the first bar positive. This one here, and Big G shorted it below, maybe at 42,140. That's good trading. Well done. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna get stopped out. Yeah. So no Big G for me. You, on the other hand, you get a break-even trade. We were 8 points in profit. Move stop loss to break even. I think that's reasonable to do. Could have just as easily gone down to 8290. Of course, I would have preferred to have 8 points. That would have been a couple of £1,000 in profit. That would have been a nice earner for a few minutes work. But it's not quite how we are meant to think, is it? Anyway, so let me just look at so that was the 5th of September. Let me look at the last time before that was the 2nd of August. And the day before was the 1st of August. The 1st of August had a lot more movement. I'll show you. Here's the the 1st and the 2nd of August. All right, let's look at the 5th of July. I'm sure the 5th of July is going to be an absolutely no-go because it was just before the 4th of July holiday. But no, I'm wrong. So 5th of July was the non-farm payroll, and so what we are interested is in the 4th of July. But as you can imagine, on the 4th of July, with the US markets closed, there wasn't a lot going on. Okay, so DAX July ahead of NFP. Now let's look at the non-farm payroll in June. It was on the 7th of June. And so what we will be looking at is what happened on the 6th of June. And again, oh shoot, what did I just do? I pressed the wrong button. June. Hey June. 7th of June. There it is. So I'll show you the 7th of June, which was the non-farm payroll, but also the 6th of June. Before that, it was the 3rd of May. I hope this doesn't distract you that I'm doing this, but this is how I do research. So the non-farm payroll was on the 3rd of May. And what will be interesting to know is what happened the day before, on the 2nd of May. DAX May ahead of NFP. La da da da. And before that, it would be April, which was a bit before Easter. So let's look at 5th of April was the release of the non-farm payroll. So we're looking at how did the DAX respond the day before. In other words, how did the DAX trade on the 4th of April? Wow, that was a boring response. DAX April ahead of NFP. As I'm still waiting for a setup in the DAX, I think I'll just continue this one. School run, aggressive school run has given a, no it wouldn't have, but it close as would have given a long up here, depending on your offset, and a short down here. I'm swapping over to the 15-minute chart. And by the way, the charts that I'm posting, I use e-signal for researching. Someone said that the Nasdaq is still dropping. Okay, so is the Wall Street, quite significantly so. Let's look at the hourly chart and see if there's any critical levels it's coming down to, or if it's just running stops in the overnight session after. It's probably running stops below this low here in the middle of the range. Interesting to see if it affects the DAX. The DAX school run will trigger very shortly. I'm going to get rid of this and this. And over here you're going to see. I'll show you. And I'll show you. Although I do need a 5-point offset. So there you go. So basically down at the old lows it's triggering, which is troublesome. So the low is 38. So that means a short at 33. So please stand by. I will take the trade, but I'll take it in smaller size. I'm glad that I didn't take that yet. It just seemed to. I haven't executed anything yet. Just so mindful when it triggers a short signal or long signal right down at where we were an hour earlier. Seems like I just saved myself a handful of points. At least so far. But as you can see yourself from the research that I posted, the Thursday before the Friday non-farm payroll isn't the most exciting. Let me show you April. I'll do one more. Wow. The day before the March non-farm payroll, the DAX was absolutely on fire. Take a look at this. Go figure, huh? The non-farm payroll was on the 8th, but look at the move on the 7th. The 240-point move. So let me do February as well. 2nd of Feb. The FTSE has filled the gap. So maybe it needs to come down to this area here. Okay, might as well just do the last one of the year, first of the one in January, 5th of January. I got an order in at 31. Should that not have been filled? Not yet. Now it's filled. Ah, sorry. Move my stop loss to break even. So yeah, I got two smaller positions going on. I'm trading smaller size than I normally would. But here you go. Here's a full transparency of what I'm doing. Perhaps DAX should have been 100. But there you go. I'm not too concerned. I don't want to keep showing my account. It's just that I want to show you that I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm doing it. Just very cautious ahead of a non-farm payroll. By the way, can I just show you something cool? I'm just going to add a couple of £1 a point positions, doesn't matter. I just wanted to show you that when it comes to it, and I click here, it closes all the positions automatically. That's really cool. But I can also just close them here if I want. It's really quite proud of that feature. And I can manage my trades here. Uh, 5th of January. What did market do? It did this. So now you have quite in-depth insight into what the DAX could be doing. You've gone through entire non-farm payroll, and I've been stopped out for nothing again in my FTSE. I'm not having much luck with the FTSE today. It did fill the gap, I guess, in all fairness. My stop loss in the DAX is at break even. I was about 25 points in profit. I didn't take it. I just moved my stop loss to break even, I think. Okay. Let's look at the hourly chart. As in fact, let's look at the daily chart. So here's the daily chart. Let me get rid of that. and get rid of the lines. Okay, so here's the daily chart. In fact, we could start with the weekly chart. The DAX had a phenomenal week last week, rallying from 18.6 to 19.5. Now we're coming back down to the area where the rally started, which was 19.048. We are currently 19.07. The previous week high was 18.994. So it's sort of in this area here. You've seen all the charts for the last 9 months. What DAX does on a non-farm payroll Thursday, the day before non-farm payroll. So you're every bit as illuminated as I am. If you haven't looked at it, there are some decent ranges, and then there's some days where it just sort of bobs up and down. But this one looks like a good one. Look where the Dow is. Look how sharply the Dow and the Nasdaq is falling. Don't know if you've seen the Nasdaq, but I'll show you the chart. Here we go. Show you a chart for the last 30 odd minutes. So when I do come to closing it, I just want you to see what happens when you close a multitude of positions, because it looks quite cool. So here I have a lot of just small positions, and then I'm getting close to want to take profit, you see. So now I'll don't know if the DAX is actually approaching anything of interest. I don't think it is. I guess it is down here, isn't it? I'm still thinking that 18.841 is perhaps a better candidate. I mean, everything else is falling. So look, I can also move the stop losses to break even really quick if I want to. Sweet, isn't it? I think I'll close all the positions now I want to show you. So here we go, close, and then, isn't that cool? Okay. I think that's me done for the morning. It was actually reasonably profitable after all. I made, yeah, actually it was pretty good. So, considering that it is the Thursday before, actually it does look like we have a really good move in the DAX now. But I'm happy to stop here. I have some other things that I like to get on with. So I hope you enjoyed it too. Where are you? There you are. I hope you have a strong morning and you look after yourself. And see you soon. Bye-bye.